Hi friends, my name is Claire and I really love to knit. Now I've been doing a lot of knitting on and off my whole life because my mum is a very great knitter. But really since 2020 during the COVID lockdowns, I really got into knitting again, and since then I have made over 100 pieces of garments. Now this here is my pride and joy. It stores most of my knits, not all of them, because I've gifted a lot away and they kind of dot all around the house. But today I thought I would flash my stash and show you some of my favorite pieces. I made this one Christmas 2020 and it is the Lost Tank, I think. It is a test knit for Friday knits. I used a Knit Picks gloss. It's a combination of wool and silk. It's really cute, isn't it? It was a test knit, so it was really fun. You start from the bottom and then you go up to the under bust line and do kind of like an I-cord bind off. And then you pick up again from the I-cord bind off to do the bust piece. Yeah, it's such a lovely design, and she has made many more variations of this design, so make sure you go and check out Friday Knits. Now this one is one of my favorites. It's also a test knit by Marzena Kolaczek. She is a Polish designer who now lives in Australia, and I just love test knitting for her because all of her pieces are so romantic and beautiful and feminine, with a little bit of difficulty, style thrown in, just to make it a bit more interesting to knit. It's a little tank top with these ruffled elastic sleeves. So I've inserted elastics on both of these shoulder pieces so it doesn't fall off the shoulders. And recently I've also inserted a piece of elastic here on the bust line because I'm finding it flipping out. Since I'm quite flat here, it keeps flipping out. So I put in a piece of elastic, so next time I wear it should be a bit better. It's also got a bralette built in inside, which is so clever. So you don't really need to wear a bra if you don't want to. And I used the Cartier, the recommended yarn was the Cartier cashmere and cotton. And it feels like cashmere, but it's light and cooling like cotton. So I will definitely be using more of this yarn in the future. This is such a quick knit. This is my framework bralette made into a singlet by Jessie May Designs, and I used a Wandering Flock DK Merino, I think it's neon pink or something. Made this a couple of years ago, and I wear this all the time. It's just so easy to wear. Another piece by Marzena Kolaczek. This is I can't remember the name right now. It'll be linked below and you can check it out in my Ravelry as well. Again, Marzena is just a genius with lace patterns. So she's got these beautiful lace petals towards the bottom and twisted stitches all through the body. This is quite a new pattern, so make sure you go and check it out. I have used the Knitting for Olive silk, pure silk, and just a really nice summer tee that I wear all the time. And the grey means I can use it to match most outfits. This is actually the same yarn as the one before. It's also the Knitting for Olive silk. This was a test knit for Camille of Mac Camille on Instagram. It's the strawberry tank. See how these details are little strawberries? They're so cute. Because it's silk, again, when it's really hot, I just love wearing this. It's just so comfortable. The issue I find is the straps just keep falling off. It's a very loose fitting singlet, so as soon as I sit down and slouch a little bit, the straps fall off. So I'm going to have to come up with a way to stop that. Maybe putting a little bit of elastic, or I'm not sure because I've already moved the straps closer together. I've got such narrow and sloped shoulders, so anything like this I always have an issue with. So if you have any ideas on how to stop the straps from falling off, please let me know. This one I only did a few months ago. I found this pattern in a Burda magazine at our local library. It was called Tangerine Dream because in the picture it was tangerine. So I made this using the Soft Yak DK by Rowan. It's got yak, cotton, and merino. Can't remember. But it's, yeah, again, a very versatile piece. Goes with everything. It's a little bit thicker, so it's a bit warm. but it's really good trans-seasonal, and I guess when autumn comes, I can wear it on top of t-shirts and longer sleeve shirts as well. It did stretch with wash, and the front became too low, so I just went back in and added 5 more rows in the neck ribbing here to bring it back up, so it's not too low anymore. Oh, and this one I am wearing, this one's also Jessie Maed design. Again, the name just slipped my mind. It's a very simple in the round kind of singlet. The only difference is that it's got these little eyelets. So basically you just increase a stitch here, and once you finish the top, you just let it ladder down. Very simple. I made this while I was on holidays because it was such a simple knit. It was a really great thing to take with you on the holidays, and I finished this in Paris last February. I like this because, like Jessie Maed designs, she does very high, I guess, bust pieces, so you can wear with bra without worrying about the bra straps showing, and it also doesn't really fall off. So yeah, I think I'm going to make more of these kind of tank designs. These are very similar. This is a DK weight, and this is a fingering weight. Okay, now it's time to actually dig into the wardrobe. My previous summer knits, they were things I'm currently wearing because in Australia we're still in the middle of summer. And these are more the trans-seasonal pieces. I have color coded them in color, so it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye to see. Now, the first piece here, this is a little cowl that I made for going to Europe last winter. I used Noro. It was a Noro yarn, I can't remember the name. I held it with a bit of pink drops mohair, and I did a little zigzag herringbone pattern with all of my scrap whites. It's an infinity cowl, so it's super easy to wear. It did stretch over time when I was in Europe because it was snowing and raining, but it's just so cozy and easy to wear, and I just love the colors because it makes me so happy. If you can't tell, I'm partial to pink. This one here is a lovely, this one here I made with a lovely Suri base, which I bought from a little shop called La Petite Point Seine. It's a little shop, all hand dyed by the owner, and it was at Montmartre in Paris. I just picked up one skein. It's so light and fluffy, so I just made a cute little raglan top. It's a little bit cropped, but I love wearing it because, again, the color just makes me happy. This top here is from Keitodama Magazine. The yellow is a Lola Bing Superwash Merino, and the pink is a Hedgehog Fiber Rose Hip Boucle. I remembered it all. Now, Keitodama Magazine has some beautiful designs, but I am not a fan of overly written instructions. I enjoy charts and simplification. So knitting this was a little bit of a chore, and the armhole, look, the yoke is tiny. I just don't understand why the yoke is so small. I actually messaged Pom Pom and they said it's right. So when I wear it, it does cutting a little bit. I do love the color combination, and I do wear it sometimes. This is just too short for me, and I just don't enjoy the way the pattern was written. I still enjoy wearing it from time to time because I actually made a very similar design for one of my old team members using the same yarn combination. I made her Ghost Whisperer top. So we sometimes wear it together at work, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, the yarn, the Rose Hip Boucle is just beautiful. This one here, I call it a pink fluffy jumper if you want to check it out on my Ravelry. I used a strand of Isega mohair combined with a strand of Nutiden. The Nutiden's in this light pink, and same with the Isega. It's the peachy color. And the pattern is out of a Japanese knitting magazine, Keitodama, and I just adapted a little bit to fit me. And it's very warm. It's very lightweight, very warm. Perfect when I went to Iceland, but not so good for Australia. But I'll be keeping it for a cooler day. This one, the Ranunculous. Everybody needs to have a couple of Ranunculuses, right? So I've made 3 Ranunculuses. I've gifted 2, and this one is mine. This is this is a Madeline Tosh Cashmere Merino blend. The yarn is super slippery, and it actually has a great halo. When I initially made it, I made it a little bit cropped with short sleeves, and I changed my mind, went back and made it a little bit longer. But it still hasn't, but somehow the shape hasn't adapted yet, so you can still see here and here looks a little bit different. I've already washed it a couple of times, so I don't know why the tension hasn't matched yet. So hopefully over time it will relax and look a little bit more cohesive. But yeah, again, just a very cool transitional light piece to wear. The cashmere component makes it really nice and warm. I'm not even close to finishing the pinks. This is another Marzena Kolaczek piece. She recently had this published in the Larsen magazine, the newest Larsen magazine. I'm so proud of her. It's just, again, very simple summer top, made in seed stitch and with a little bit of lace pattern and picot finish on the sleeve here. I made it using the Knitting for Olive pure silk. And this is actually, I'm going to leave this out because this is, again, a really cute little summer top. Because it's silk, it's very lightweight, and yeah, I should be wearing this one a little bit more now. This one is the Petite knit, that t-shirt that everyone wears. What's it called? It's that basic t-shirt that everybody makes, but it's such a high tension. I really struggled through this because it was just so repetitive at 28 stitches per 10 centimeters. Yeah, it was a slog for me. I used a Fiber Co. Maryland. It has some hemp or something like that in it, and I really did not enjoy knitting with this yarn. It's got a really dry feeling on your fingers. It left my fingers feeling really powdery, and there were all these long bits of, you can still see it, these long bits of grassy linen things in there, which is scratchy to the skin, and kind of just sticks out and doesn't look very nice. I tried to make it a little bit more fun by adding gold I-cord bind off to the neckline, but no, I haven't worn this much. I don't know why. It just the yarn just doesn't feel nice. It doesn't drape very well. So unfortunately, this is just going to be sitting here in the cupboard for a while. What's this one? Ah, that's a Rowan one. So this is from one of my Rowan magazines. You can check it out in my Ravelry. So it's made from their Rowan Cotton DK. And I love it. As soon as I saw the design, I just had to make it straight away. I did exactly 2 pattern using the pattern colors as well. It's just a little bit big for me, and being a DK weight cotton, it's a little bit hot to wear in summer as well. So I do wear it occasionally, but because it's a little bit big, it just hasn't gotten much wear out of it. This one is kind of a make as you go pattern that I did by myself. I based it off a Kit Couture pattern. Kit Couture is a Danish company where you can buy their designs and kits, and their yarns are beautiful. So I did originally make one from a Kit Couture kit, which I gifted away to my cousin because it was a little bit too big. But then I made a smaller version with some of my scrap yarns. And yeah, this is so cute. It's really soft and fluffy. I think the pink is a Bellissimo fingering superwash, and I held it with a drops mohair. And then the peachy bit is a drops alpaca yarn leftover stash, and I also held it with the same mohair with a little bit of gold trimming to finish it off. Probably should be wearing this one a little bit more as well, but because it's so oversized and fluffy, I still kind of look like a teddy bear in it. So not a lot of wear. This is one of my earlier pieces when I first started knitting during the COVID lockdowns. It is a drops design, and I made it using, I have no idea. I think it was a Spotlight yarn that wasn't very expensive, maybe alpaca. I'll check in my Ravelry and put it in later. But yeah, it's just really simple and cute. I remade the sleeves so many times because I was watching TV while knitting it and made so many mistakes. So one of the sleeves have been unraveled 50 times. But I'm really proud of it. Haven't worn it a lot because I have so many jumpers. And the color is a little bit purple for my skin tone. See how it kind of washes me out. So I think with the right makeup, I will be wearing this one a little bit more because I really like this lilac kind of hue, even though it doesn't go with my skin tone. Okay, do we need a break? I needed a break. In the interest of keeping the episode short, I think I'll just do this section and leave the rest for another video. Now, let's move on to the whites and the creams. This one here is another design by Friday Knits. I think it's called the Bomber. I think it's called the Cable Bomber. Isn't it cute? This one I made up so quickly because I used a bulky yarn. This yarn is from one of my favorite websites called Woolly Yarn. It's got alpaca, it's got merino, it's got mohair, and it has little sequins bits in there as well. It's just so cute. I love wearing this. It's very heavy and warm, so I haven't got a lot of wear out of it yet, but I will try and wear this a little bit more this winter. This is one of my favorite pieces that I made years and years ago. Where's the front? Here, inside out. So it's just a big rectangle. You folded it in half, seam up the sides here, seam up this bit. Yeah, if I hold it like this, you can see it's a rectangle. You seam up the two sides, leaving a little bit of room to make armholes for sleeves, and then you do the hem in a circle. It is the best thing to wear, and it's feminine, it's beautiful, and it's comfortable. The yarn is a unknown yarn that my mom bought from Vienna years and years ago. I think it's got, I threw away the labels, I don't even know what it is, but it's just beautiful. It's got some sheen in it, so you must have some silk or poly in there. And then for the edging here, I think I held it with a drops merino. But yeah, I knit this years ago and still one of my favorite pieces. And the design is a free design from the Drops website. This is one of the first pieces I made when I discovered Ravelry and Petite knit. So this is my first Petite knit piece, the Sunday tee. And I made it with the Bellissimo, oh, there's a big stain. Bellissimo 4-ply superwash merino. I better wash this. I think it's a bit of food. In an oatmeal color. And again, I used to wear this a lot, but now that I have so many pieces, I'm not wearing this as much as I should. Being a superwash, it's very drapey, but a little bit heavy. So maybe that's why I'm not wearing it. I don't really enjoy wearing superwash. But yeah, very proud of one of my first Petite knit pieces. This is my latest Petite knit piece, the Moby sweater. Everyone's done a Moby sweater, I'm sure. And this is my version. There were actually so many copies out there, so many jumpers that look similar, but I think the Moby is still the most classic design and just looks really nice. So I used a woolly yarn alpaca, and I held it with a woolly yarn alpaca as well. I'll check my Ravelry and add it later. So yes, I made it into a worsted weight. However, I ran out of yarn, so for the sleeves I had to use a different grey. So I think that's okay, right? The cuffs look slightly different. I wore this when I went to Europe. The winter just passed, and yeah, it was so warm and so comfortable to wear. I love it. One more column, almost there. This is my test knit for Camille, again at Camille. This is her Sanguaro cardigan. Isn't it stunning? It is just so feminine. I used 2 strands of Cashmere Haze by Rowan. Cashmere Haze is my favorite yarn that's an alternative to mohair. It is even lighter than mohair, but it's not scratchy at all and just so luxurious. They had a sale on not long ago, and the price was the same as mohair. So I stocked up and I got heaps of them. So I held a strand of pink and white. Yeah, I held a strand of pink and a strand of white to make this beautiful cardigan, and putting some faux pearl buttons. And I can't wait to wear it because it's been hot since I made it. So I'm still looking forward to wearing this. It's just beautiful. Again, this is one of my favorite pieces. It is a design from one of the Rowan magazines, and the design by Kim Hargreaves. It is a design by Kim Hargreaves from one of her Rowan magazines, and I adapted a little bit to my taste, just change the shape of the sleeves and the body a little bit. And I did this with a strand of Fiberco Meadow, Fiberco Meadow, and a strand of the Cashmere Haze by Rowan. And I put in lots of little cables, and yeah, it's warm, it's classy, it's beautiful, doesn't look handmade at all. My favorite piece, I think, out of my whole wardrobe. I think this is my third Friday knits so far. This is the bauble. Oh, editing. Isn't it cute? So cute. So the body here is, the body is a Brooklyn something merino, and then the top, of course, my favorite Cashmere Haze, and it just looks so romantic. Every time I wear it, I get lots of beautiful comments. So only the top part here is semi see-through Cashmere Haze with lots of little baubles, with lots of little baubles, and then the body here has a nice little sweetheart. My mom has asked me to knit her one, but I've got too many things in my queue, so one day I'll get to it. But yeah, another one of my favorite pieces. I keep saying favorite. Oh, of course, in the back, she's got a little bit of ribbing, which helps to cinch in the waist and give you a bit more shape. Almost looks like shearing, which is so clever. Last white piece. This is my Deliciosa by Nora Garn. Nora is a genius. I've got 2 of her books, and I've made some of her designs down here. She's an expert in geometry, in cables, and so many things, and I just love all of her designs. I made this quite a few years ago using the Drops Merino in DK weight, and yeah, it looks like little hearts or peaches or bums, as my son says. It's a little bit oversized, but just something that's so easy to throw on and wear, and yeah, I wear this a lot in winter because it's just so comfortable and just looks good. This is one of those oversized jumpers that actually looks good on me, so I wear this a lot. Alright, let's take a break, and if you're interested in seeing more of my finished garments, please let me know and I'll do more videos on the rest of them. Here is the aftermath of my try-on. Oh gosh, the pile's pretty big. I guess I better start folding. Feels like I've just had quite a workout from trying on all these garments and then folding them back up again. Thank you for watching the first installment of a sneak peek into my knitted wardrobe. If you want to watch more, please let me know and I will try on the rest of these for you once I have recovered. Thanks again, and please like and subscribe to my channel.